Hello everyone, and welcome to my Interproject project, kind of. I suppose the Xenoblade DLC will also be that. This is new Pokémon Snap. And that's a Bunnelby. And that's me. Unfortunately, I do have light eyes and kind of light brownish hair in real life. There's no option for that in Pokemon. You either get like jet black hair and brown eyes, or you get like Aryan, like Scandinavian Aryan. Those are the only options you get. So, oh god, the professor's got freakish eyes, hasn't he? Hi there. I'm glad you made it. Welcome to the Laboratory of Ecology and Natural Sciences, or LENS for... Oh, that's very clever. I have played this game, I should say before, but it was a while ago. It was basically when it first came out. My name is Mirror. I'm researching Pokemon in their natural environment here on Florio Island. Yeah, and that's not all. The professor's going to study, like, every single island here in the Lental region. I had to like it there because I saw her hair. No one's ever done an ecological survey like this before. It's going to be amazing. God, I used to work in like, ecology and natural science, and God, no one was ever this enthusiastic about doing ecological surveys. No one? Aren't you forgetting a certain explorer? Good point. You've read the stories of Captain Vince, haven't you? Sure. But even counting him, Professor, your survey is going to be the first of its kind in 100 years. That's awesome! Well, thanks. This is Rita. Her parents are good friends of mine. She's on vacation while the school's on break. I'm not just here to goof off, Professor. I'm your research assistant. Yes, that's right, and I appreciate the help. Now, before we go over what you'll be doing here on this program, why don't we step into the lab to get settled? Right you are, Professor. I'll lead the way. Has he blinked yet? Okay, he does blink, at least that's something. Alright, allow me to explain. The Lental region is absolutely teeming with Pokemon. Photographing these Pokemon helps me... Photography. It is photography, it's not photography. God's sake. Photographing these Pokemon helps us learn more about them and their ecosystem. And that's exactly what you're here to do. At night, you might even get to see glowing Pokemon. They're really pretty. Now, without further ado, here's your research camera. Like all Pokemon technology now, it's basically a smartphone, which makes it a little bit sad from a design perspective. I'll go on a rant about this later, but the old school like Pokédexes and the way they looked versus now, it's basically just the same kind of like 99% screen that modern smartphones are. Bit sad. I've got the same one. We can use them to communicate with each other and the rest of the team too. That's right, it's more than just a camera. It lets you keep in touch and analyse data on the fly. It'll also serve as a sort of ID badge for you here, so take good care of it.
What do you think?
Awesome, right? The professor invented it. Can I explain how to use it, Professor? Sure thing, Rita. Assist away. I'll go take care of some of the other preparations. Alright, come on, let's go outside. Tutorials are based on default button layouts, and I'm using a GameCube controller, so mine looks fuck all like that. Excellent. Perfect timing.
Try getting a shot of that Pokemon.
So, if we use A to take a photo... Whasha! There we go. Vivillon Meadow pattern. Yes, nice going. Now, why don't you try and move the camera to line up your shot? Oh, she's talking. Did this always have voice acting? Surely it did, I just didn't notice. Yep, there we go. So yeah, if you move around within there to target stuff and then move out of it... Well, she's probably gonna say that. She's not wrong.
You can use motion controls to aim your camera too.
I'm not a psychopath, so I will not be doing that, thank you.
Look! Here comes Pikachu! Try getting a shot of that Pikachu! First, move the pointer so it's lined up with Pikachu.
Yep, got it.
Did you see that shape appear around Pikachu just now? Whatever that shape is around is the subject of your photo. Remember,
this is a really nice improvement from the original Pokemon Snap. It's not like you have to wait and... Basically, it's the digital age, rather than like, oh, I'll wait for 6 weeks for those to be developed to see what we got. No, you can actually just make sure you've targeted the Pokemon right at the time of taking the photo, which is really good.
It'll be important when the professor's evaluating your photos. Try snapping a photo. That's it! Great job! But since Pikachu's a little far away...
Oh, she can teach me about zooming.
Times like this call for zooming. To zoom in, just hold the ZL button. You'll stay
Which one's ZL?
until you
That's that one.
Try snapping a photo of Pikachu looking nice and big.
For some reason, it's still never become natural to me which one of L and R is the main trigger and which one's the Z one. Even though the Z one is the one that was Z on the GameCube controller, it makes sense, but... Also, I feel like it might be the opposite way around on the Joy-Cons, but it has my controller. Maybe that's it.
You're doing great.
I think it is, actually.
You can adjust your camera and motion controls from the settings menu. You can also adjust them from the pause menu while you're out doing research. Hey, Professor! We've covered the basics.
Hello.
How was that? I hope you are getting the hang of your research camera.
Anyway,
Now then, I'll evaluate the photos you took.
first of all,
Would you mind choosing one shot of each Pokemon you photographed? Fuck's sake, I'm gonna struggle with that every time. I'll rate them using my special scoring system. Pick whichever shots you think are the best. So we'll show him Pikachu, and we'll show him... So, there are different star ratings on this, and we'll kind of talk about that with time. My achievement criteria for this game is going to be to take one regular, or of any kind of photo of each Pokemon, and one 4-star photo of each Pokemon. That's going to be what I'm aiming for. I'm not going to get 1, a 2, a 3, and a 4. But I'm going to get a regular and a 4-star of everyone. Let's go for that one. And then we do the same with Vivillon. These two I haven't counted yet because we'll do that on an actual course. Starting with photo number 1.
a new discovery.
Oh, it's Pikachu. This is the first time you've gotten it as your subject. The first thing I do is rate each photo from 1 to 4 stars. I came up with this system to help us understand and categorize how Pokemon behave. Photos of Pokemon in an ordinary state get fewer stars. More unusual behavior means more stars. I really like this system. It really adds to the making the world feel very alive that the original Snap had anyway. Simple enough, right? To be clear, the number of star a photo received doesn't affect its score. Every category is important. By the way, the camera keeps logs of what was happening when you took each photo. These data help me categorize your photos. Let's move on to scoring. First, I'll evaluate the subject's pose. Snapping your photo at just the right moment is key to getting a high pose score. Now on to the other factors. Size is straightforward. The larger your subject appears, the better. Then there's the direction your Pokemon is facing. Try and get it facing you. Next is placement to get the Pokemon in the center of the frame for a nice balanced photo. And finally, you'll get bonus points if other Pokemon in the photo with your subject Pokemon. Now, I know that was a lot of info all at once. Let me boil it down to this. Remember this and you'll do fine. Get the Pokemon nice and big in the center of the frame, then snap the shutter. With that in mind, here's your evaluation. Awesome for size, decent direction, decent placement, no other Pokemon, 2000. Looking good, hard to believe you're a beginner. So the point of the star system, as he says, is there are 4 different types of behavior, and for each Pokemon they're scored differently. Each level has a kind of score, which is your combined total of all the scores you've got on it. If I snap a better 4-star Pikachu, say I snap a 1-star Pikachu which is 1,000 points, and a one which is 2,000 points, that'll go up by 1,000, because it's the difference between 1 and 2. Whereas if I snap a 2-star Pikachu which is worth 3,000, I'll just get 3,000, which is better, because the 4 behaviors are scored differently within each behavior, and all 4 of them will combine to contribute to your score for the level. You'll see it when we're in action. Vivillon, I'll skip through what he kind of does. He'll say yes, it's a new one, and then he'll just do the scoring this way. Oh, I can't speed through it at this point. There we go.
How was it?
What did you think? Once you get your photos evaluated, you can use them to fill out your very own Pokemon photo decks. That will be a great milestone to work towards. That about does it. It's time to set you off on your adventure. So the core gameplay is basically the same as the last Pokemon Snap, which is good, because that game was really good, and frankly they didn't need to wait 20 years for a sequel, but there we go.
By the way,
The Neo 1. It's the best. It can teleport you off to far off places in no time flat. I finally put the finishing touches on it long ago with a little help from someone I know. You see, it makes use of energy hotspots scattered throughout the Lental region. Come on, Professor, the details can wait. Fair enough. Let's get you moving. Climb in and touch the camera to the console.
good luck! You got this!
Enjoy your first photo expedition!
I have absolutely no memory of there being voice acting in this game. Wild. So the Neo 1 was a vehicle developed by Professor Miro for Pokemon research. It provides a comfortable ride in any environment. Its self-navigation system allows you to focus all your attention on taking photos. Its design was described by another research process that was developed by another certain professor. Hinting to the original game there. So this is our first place, which is the Florio Park in the daytime. And we got a lot of stuff going on here. So I'm going to take a photo of this Dodrio. And we will see from there the visualizer. So it'll come up on the right and it'll show the name of the Pokemon, the type of Pokemon, the island we're on, the course we're on, a portrait of the Pokemon, a meter which will increase with completion as we snap each photo, and you'll have noticed that little star stamp. That indicates we've got a 1-star photo. There's another stamp that'll fire in if we ever get a 4-star photo of a given species. Ooh, there's some Buffalons over there. Take some of them. There's a Grookey. Yeah, that visualizer's going to be going thick and fast in the meantime. None of these Pokemon are going to be looking at us because we haven't really got a way to get them to turn around yet. Ooh, a Bidoof. Oh, it is very pretty, this game, I must say. Like, without... It does that thing, you know, it's what I consider to be like the Metroid Prime effect. And you don't need to... Ooh! You don't need to be, like, super hyper-realistic in order for a game to look pretty. Oh, I just snapped the arse of that Emolga. Not my best work, but there we go. Come on, turn around. Don't just wag your butt at me. Come on. Yeah, Emolga was it Gen 5 or Gen 6's? It was one gen's just, like, generic flying rodents. Flying electric rodents. Wow, no, there's one. They're not all flying, but all of them have... Oh, I should have got that one. Some kind of electric rodents. Did I get one before? I'm not sure I did. There we go, we'll get that one. Got this thing as well, a crystal blue. Let's take a photo of that. That might be important later. Oh, that Wurmple's feeding on a tree. Right, see, this is what I love about this game. The Snap games generally, is you do get that feeling of, like, ecology. Oh, Swanners! Bidoof. The fuck was a Bidoof? There we go. That's a bit... It would have been better to get them as they flew over, though. They might come in for another pass. There we go. One of those will be decent, I'm sure. Ooh, some Talos. Yeah, you get a real feel for Pokemon as real creatures because you see them interacting with one another, showing behaviors, and crucially, like, interacting with other species as well is really cool to see them, like, to see how different Pokemon interact with other Pokemon. It makes the whole world feel very, very real. And this is cool as well, like, Bidoof is a beaver Pokemon, so of course it makes a little dam, but it's not something you ever see in the games, and it's really cool to have in this. I do like it so much, and I'm going to be gushing about this game quite a lot. Oh, that's a good Pichu. Basically everything we're going to take is 1-star for now. You tend to have to set events in motion or use items we don't have access yet in order to... oh, there's a sleeping Hoot's ass. It's been snoring over here. Oh, the Dodrio is asleep. Is he going to do something? Oh, it's following me. That's a bit sinister. You do have a limited number of photos. We have 30, but that shouldn't be a problem. But it's just stalking me. Don't like that. What's some flapping off to the left? Oh, it's that Magikarp. Oh, there we go. Yeah, generally you have to either set up an unusual behavior, yeah, or use... There's a huge array of items in this game, more than in the original game, that will allow us to get our 4-star photos. Oh, it was just like... No, it wasn't. Let's see if we can get real close to that Tailo. Come on. Obviously, a big part of this as well is learning how the different courses work and like where you go on that. Oh, are these Florges? No, Comfy, that was it. Oh, that's a Florges behind it. Yeah, these were Gen 6 things. These were one of the early fairy types. I feel like there's got to be some shops I can get that's got multiple... There we go. Those are quite good ones because they've got multiple Comfies in it. That glowing lad in the middle there marks the end of the course. Let's get a bit of a better shot of that Florges. And we'll probably hold it there. Ooh. None of these are looking at me though, really. Well, yep, let's head back.
Back to camp. Basically, it's the end of the course. When you get back, I'll take a look at your photo.
And yes, obviously the visualizer knows something I kind of don't. If I've snapped a 4-star, the visualizer will know by now, but I won't. But I'm just going to keep track of that. And rather than like have the visualizer go mental at this point, I think it's better when we actually first take the photo. Right, so let's get some stuff assessed. One photo, as with the original Pokemon Snap, one photo per Pokemon is the rule. Can we show him the photo of the Crystal Bloom? Oh, we can't yet. That is something we have to do a little bit later on. Right, Dodrio, what have we got? So you'll notice here we got some 2-star ones. Are it sleeping? That counts as a different behavior. And annoyingly now it's like, I can only give him one, so you can't get a 2-star one and a 1-star in the same sitting. So we'll show him the 2-star for now of it sleeping. And I'll come back for the other one later. Bouffalont. Well, we only got one of Bouffalont, so it's not great. Grookey. Hiding in the bushes, or there. Well, none of those are great, but there we go. Pichu. That's the best of the three, though they're all 1-star. Well, that's a good Bidoof. I like that Bidoof. I'm pleased with that. Oh! Right, here's a bizarre choice we've got. Basically, we've got a good 1-star, or what's probably a crap 2-star of the Emolga. Is basically it in flight. will be what it is. The question is, right, what I should probably do is submit the 2-star since I've got it, then get a decent 1-star next time, and then try and improve them at 2-star in the future. Oh, I thought that sap-eating Rumpel might have been a special one, but it wasn't. That's a better Florges, I think. What a nice clear Magikarp. Oh, that's such a good Swanna! Oh, that needs to Ride of the Valkyries in the background or something. Right, the choice is whether I go for 2 Swannas or 3, but they're slightly further away. That was probably the best one of them. Look at that lad. Excellent. These ones aren't bigger, but they have conspecifics. Let's go for the one with the conspecifics, I think. Hoo ass. Why not? Not my best work, but there we go. Oh, that's a good one, all the comfies. Right, let's go. So you'll do all this spiel each time when you get a new species. Ooh, 4,000! That was a really good one of it waking up. That's Bouffalante is not great, but there are some conspecifics. Yeah, the size is crap, and that's kind of let it down. There's a way to get them closer, but we ain't there yet. Not great, that Grookey, I don't think. Yeah, 2,000 is about your average-ish, so anything above that tends to be kind of better. That's a nice one. I like that.
Nice work.
And indeed, 3,500. Yeah, there's a lot going on here, and you just gotta take my word for what's going on here. Ooh, that's a good shot of Bidoof. Right, not gonna be the best shot, that one, because it's not centered, it's tiny, and it's not looking at me. Yeah, but it is a 2-star. We'll get a better 1-star next time. Little Wurmple's quite cool.
A new discovery. Nice work.
Yeah, not decent. Not a bad one, that Wurmple. Florges is alright.
A new discovery. Perfect timing.
Yeah, that's actually pretty good. That was much better than I expected. Magikarp, there we go.
A new discovery.
That's a good one, I think.
Nice work.
No, it isn't, apparently. 2 Swannas, 1 Central. That's got to be pretty good. Gold, yes. You'll notice the star changes colour. There's bronze, silver, and gold. So that gives you an idea of how well I'm doing. Right, I've taken a bit of a gamble with this one. Not the best, but it's got conspecifics. And normally your man likes conspecifics. Okay, bronze. That's not amazing. Probably should have gone for one of the single big lad. Right, this is... I can't even know that's a hoot professor. It's just some random ass. But there we go. We'll have a way to wake that lad up soon. And this one with comfies I think is quite good.
A new discovery. Nice work.
Obviously, whenever we first do a new course, there'll be a lot of new Pokemon, but then when I'm comparing ones in the future, I'll just show you kind of highlights. So, all our points add up. And do they level us up? Oh, come on!
Anyway.
Your research level on a course tells you how much progress you've made there. Once that level goes up, you may see Pokemon behave in ways you haven't seen before. It's really cool, the courses change the more you do them. That was one of the sad things about the original one, is you had 5 courses, and they would, or 6, and they were just static, whereas here they do change. You not only are there a shit ton more courses on this, there's 30 in total, but also each one's got 3 research levels, and at each level more stuff happens, and like different things happen. It's really cool. And we get... I researched Florio Nature Park for the first time. I got 1,000 pounds or more in the placement category. Look at that. Right, we'll save photos to album. Did I want to do that? No, I'm not sure I wanted to do that. Return to camp. I was going to retry that, because I think I need to raise it to level 2 in order to progress the game, but there we go. That covers just about everything. Can we go on a nighttime photo shoot later? Not yet, but soon, after a little more practice.
Also,
By the way, don't forget you can come back to the lab at any time and look at your photo decks. I'll explain more about that when you stop by the lab. Well, don't keep me any longer. Go have a good time and snap some photos. Yes, they mentioned a nighttime thing there, and that's what we're kind of going to aim towards now. Update announcements. New areas added, yes. So this is the DLC. That about 9 months after this game was out, they just said, free DLC for everyone. But you have to beat what it considers the main story in order to get access to those. But it's something to look forward for at the end. Oh my god, lots of things. There we go, let's do some research. Right, let's blast through the research camp again. You headed out on another expedition already? Let me tell you one more thing you can do with your camera. You can run a scan. That'll give you details about your surroundings. It tells you about any nearby Pokemon and points out anything unusual. What counts as unusual, Professor? You'd never given me a solid answer. Basically, anything that makes the system go, check this out. Well, I guess that's all the detail we're going to get. You get the hang of it, Rita. Would you mind demonstrating? Oh, do we have to actually show all of this again in a tutorial? Oh, we do. Good lord. Yep, tutorials are based on a control system you're not using. Thanks for that.
Running a scan?
So you just gotta press X to do a scan, and it will tell you if there's anything interesting. It'll show you the Pokemon's name, and also there's something we can look at, and if we look at it and then hold X on it, we can analyze it, and it might tell us something about Pokemon behavior, something about certain areas, which might give us a hint to, you know, secret routes through a level, something like that. It's a lot of really cool stuff. Like, this is... I've said this before, and I will keep saying it throughout this entire Let's Play. This is just the perfect sequel. It shouldn't have taken 20 years, but the fact that it did, but the fact that we got it means that it is the same gameplay that we're already used to from Pokemon Snap, except it's got so much more content, it's got a lot more Pokemon, it's got a lot more levels, it is the perfect sequel in that way. It's just the timing that's annoying. But there we go. Right, let's head back into the Florio Nature Park. What are you doing, cat? Get off that. That's not for you. Thank you. Ah, why? He aggressively jumped off the table and onto the windowsill, which is what that spoing noise was. Right, Florio Nature Park. Day. Let's get this up to research level 2. That's pretty good, Dodrio, because I got 2-star last time. Right, let's get ready to catch that Emolga when it comes by. Oh, no, wait. I don't want a 2-star of the Emolga. I want a 1-star Emolga. So it comes up and lands. But then there'll be another one to the side. So that signal at the bottom is telling me there's something worth scanning nearby. So you fire up the scan, it says here. We scan that. Some charred fruits on the ground. Did a Pokemon do this? Well, we'll get there in time. Take a picture of that Emolga. And on we go. Oh, this thing over here, the Crystal Bloom. A crystal bloom that glows on Florio Island. We'll get to what that is later. What's this scan revealing here? Oh, it's pointing out the Hoot-Hoot butt. Hoot-Hoot has a way of sleeping that always on one foot. Oh yes, that's his foot sticking out of its ass. Bizarre. Oh, I think I almost got the Tailo singing, which would be a level 2 behavior. Well, that's disturbing. It waved and smiled at me. I just felt alarmingly human. Like, right. I got a real problem with human-like Pokemon. It's the whole thing of... I'm sure I've showed this meme at some point before, but the cuddling with your Pikachu is cute. Cuddling with your Machoke is fucking weird. And it's just like, yeah. The ones which are just, well, that's a bloke is what that is just a bit too much. Especially when they're like, the fucking Incineroar problem of, this is a furry is what you've done here. Right, let's show him things. Yes, we got a 1-star Dodrio, which didn't get before. That's a nice clear one. And then, oh, a couple of new ones. Well, the 1-star Emolga I knew about. Oh, that's a fun one. But that's probably a better one. And a Florges. I assume it waving is... Oh, so it waving is a 3-star. There we go. Let's submit that. And then I'll submit some of my best of the other one. We'll see how they all do. I'll just tell you if they do any better. Nice 4,000 for our 1-star Dodrio, and of course then that means that regardless of what we score for the 2-star one, that one also counts as 4,000 towards our level point, which is good. Better Pavilion.
Nice work.
No, 1 point worse, Buffalant. Lol.
Nice work.
1-star Emolga.
Nice work.
Oh, I like that Swanna photo, but it's not as good.
Nice work.
Much better, Taylor.
Great timing.
3-star one. 4,500 as well. Delicious.
Nice work.
Slightly better Bidoof.
Nice work.
And a better Comfy, because even though it looks like a worse photo to me, it's looking at the camera, so the algorithm thinks it's better. So, that successfully levels the park up to level 2. So that unlocks some new behaviours and stuff on the park, and also, you've changed your research. Keep out for changes. Keep an eye out for changes, no matter how small. We get an achievement for getting 2,000 points or more in the size category, and for doing well in the direction category, and in other Pokemon category. By the way, thanks to the progress you've made in your research, I've got something to report. I'll fill you in once your photos are squared away. And that will be next episode. Thank you very much everyone for watching this inaugural episode of Pokemon Snap. Next episode we're going to be, well, we'll probably return to the park in the daytime, see what we've got, and we'll also see what we've unlocked from getting it to level 2. Hope you'll join me then. Thank you very much, and good day.